Hey everybody, welcome back to another quick video here. Just wanted to show off a little bit more cards that I got over, the past, or actually earlier this week. Pardon me. I was gonna say the weekend, but I actually did pick up some on Sunday. But yeah, I picked up, some new cards, and I just want to kind of show them off. So without further ado, let's get going into that. So. We got one of these, the Golden Executor, right? This is like my third copy, right? So that's nice to have. We got an Alchemy, right, from Journey Together here, right? That healing there, that stacking, that potentially healing of 120, right, is not too bad. We got a playset of these of Noivern EX, right? So I don't think this is too bad of a card, right? The weakness isn't, is actually pretty good right now. Strafe there, 50, right? And you switch into one of your bench, which is cool. Lots of wall Pokemon. And Sonic Blast there for 220, 30 to itself. So not terrible. It could be interesting. There's a lot of interesting Noiverns out there right now. So yeah, pretty stoked to have those. Also got 3 of these Tyranitar's. So once again, these things are it's pretty interesting. All right, 340 hit points, right? So it's very large. The 2 attacks there, 50 for each energy attached to this Pokemon, right? So if you have some sort of acceleration, and then obviously Tyrannical Crush, 150, discard a random card from your opponent's hand. So great for hand disruption. But as well as I just wanted to point out that they do have, I believe it's the Tyranitar, right, from Journey Together here. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Yeah, this one here. As long as it's in the active spot, your opponent can't play any item cards. So it's pretty interesting. You can play this with the EX, right? And yeah, not too bad. So I thought it might be good to pick up a few copies of these. It might see play in the future, right? So we got that. We got Blaziken EX here, right? Another card that I think will potentially see play in the future, right? It's got that energy acceleration, right? Basic energy card from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon, so it doesn't specify which one. But yeah, I think that's pretty good. Couple to Dunsparce EX here, right? So these ones are actually really good. 60 for each of your opponent's Pokemon EX in play. So great against those Terra Box decks, the Raging Bolt decks, etc. Couple Salamence, right? Once again, like I've said before, I really like this card. I think it's an interesting card. That Wide Blaster, 50 to everything. That's pretty cool. And then Dragon Impact for 300 for 4 energies. So a really obvious combo is Blaziken and Salamence right together. From, obviously that's Journey Together, right? But, you might have to pair it with something else. Not too bad of a card, though. Couple Melodic here, right? I got, I only had one of this, so now I've got 3. Right? Prevent all damage from effective attacks from your opponent's Terra Pokemon, Dundaless Pokemon. So great, obviously with the Dragapult. So I really like that. Next, another really cool card, which I think, we'll maybe see some play in the future, is we actually got a playset of these Volcanion EXs. Right? Once during your turn, if it's active, you can make your opponent's active burned. then 160 moving energy from this Pokemon to one of your bench Pokemon. Lots of combos with this, right? You can play with Blaziken there. You can play with the Magmortar, right? Lots to do. And then basically the last of the like relatively new stuff, an Alakazam here for collection, right? So it's my favorite Pokemon, so I'm trying to, you know, at least get some reasonable amounts of each of those. Oh, actually, that's a lie. I do have 2 more cards that are relatively recent. Joining together, we got 2 Hopsation. So that's my 3rd and 4th one. So I'm basically done for those. Yeah, very stoked to have those. And now we're going to get into some retro. So for retro, I picked these up because I thought that, you know, these are actually pretty good. I think there's a deck that actually plays them. I think it goes back in 2016. I think this might have been like the, or 15, is like the Fairy Box. But we got the a couple of Xerneases here. They got the Pokemon League stamp, so that's cool. With that Geomancy, right? It's basically allows it to attach a Fairy Energy from your deck to your Pokemon, so that's pretty cool. This next card I totally didn't end up you know, expecting to find it, right? But I do remember that I only had 3 of these and they were foil, right? They're all reverse holo, and these are actually pretty hard to find. Like this here is like $10, right? It's the original Pokemon Catcher, right? It's not from the first set it was released, which I think was Expedition, but it was from basically the next reprint of it, which I believe was Fire Red and Leaf Green. And that card is Pokemon Reversal, right? So I really like this one, Mudkip and Zuba. That's really cool. And yeah, that's my 4th copy. So I have a foil playset of this, just like I have a foil playset of VS Seeker from Fire Red Leaf Green as well. So very stoked to have those in my collection. And then the last 2 cards are the same. I also have a, you know, 2 copies of this. This is my 3rd and 4th one. And we got 2 Shiftries from Hidden Legends, right, for the Shiftry deck, basically. Push aside there is really cool. Look at your opponent's hand, choose a basic or evolution card you find there, and your opponent puts it at the bottom of the deck, right? So great for small hand sizes or disruption. You place stuff like Desert Shaman, I believe, to fix that. And then Supernatural Power there is really cool. It does 40 damage plus 40 more if you have the same number of cards as your opponent, right? So one big play that you do is you just play Boost Energy on it, right? So Boost Energy provides 3 energy, 3 colorless, but then it's discarded at the end of the turn. And you just copycat, and so you get the same number of cards. And then you just use Supernatural Power and hit 80, right? It's Dark type too, so you're going to be hitting that Gardevoir. You should be hitting that Gardevoir for weakness, right? Yeah, because Gardevoir EX is obviously being played. You hit Magma's Claydol for weakness. 80 actually does a lot. You know, it knocks out, you know, stuff like Magneton and Delcatty. This is the 2004 format that I'm talking about. I believe that they did have it in 2005, right? Yeah, 2005 and 2006. It was Eon for 2004. 2005 was RS on. And then 2006 was HL on. So yeah, this card was legal for basically 3 formats. And yeah, that's the new pickup. So yeah, there you go, everybody. And once again, thank you for watching. See you in the next video.